Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
30 second countdown. About to hit him all. All right. All right. All right. What's happening? What's good, people? My week. Solid Child 17. Got my dog with me.
Chop tracks in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Sunday convo. Y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of major things happening Friday. So I said, fuck it. It's too much to be talked about from the last situation. So we just gonna keep it pushing, man. More updates on the jailbreak, y'all.
Okay.
And our dog Greg Judd in Polk County still cutting up. Then caught over 250 something on some sex charges. This big old trafficking bust, though. We gonna get into some of that, and some more with other news, y'all. We just gonna do a big broad view of the other news with this. Plus, this was on the other news for with the updates. So, you know what I'm saying? It all goes together, people. So y'all chill, sit back, relax. Y'all know how nigga come through in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me give some words from the choir. We gonna get right into this.
Oh, damn! Bravo!
You there! Get out of the truck and put your hands in the air. Stand on one leg. With the tip of your finger, touch the tip of your nose. Now, in a circular motion, rub your stomach and pat your head while saying rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Strike a pose. Now vote. Now walk slowly toward the car.
We didn't even do nothing. What you think you tough? You look so tough now, little nigga. Hate you black bastards. You stink. I hate your black skin. I hate your black pants. I hate black pepper. I hate black keys on the piano. I hate my gums because they black. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips. I hate the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Ah! And most of all, I hate that black-ass Wesley Snipes. Move it!
Shout out to the choir for that great A selection. Gonna have word from the pastor right quick. Shout out to the people who gonna be in the building. later on. And shout out to the people on the replay, man. Y'all like, subscribe, and share. If y'all get y'all hands on this for the first time too, as well, man. Me and my dogs is only gonna get bigger and better. But the content is already A1 grade, FDA approved. So just sit back and chill. I'm telling you, we got something lined up for y'all, and definitely thought provoking. But it's on you to have the thoughts now. This is a reaction. So we need that conversation, and we need y'all to be more proactive in what y'all thinking and how y'all feeling about situations in either comments when y'all with us live or later on when you watch it. So and like I said, all our handles is still the same. Blunt Talk Nola for everything. You know what I'm saying? Find us, like, subscribe, and share. You there? Like brother Steve Coker always tell you, man.
Attack someone you can't reach, but protect the one who is hidden by paying other people to misdirect the real attack system. See, we get confused about the attack. We don't know sometimes when you're being given something, you're being attacked. It might be that weakens your resistance to further attack. It could be money. In the church, attacks are usually led about rumor. In the church, a rumor is a powerful commodity, much more powerful than fact, because you've got a speculation science. So in that arena, fact is not an argument. Rumor, speculation, the pastor sleeping with Billy Joe mama, can ruin a man instantaneously. In politics, it might be a different type of ingredient. But the knowledge of it is that every mode of leadership has a vein of attack. And so in the religious community,
and so Steve Tokely, go ahead, Tom.
Not about next to other dudes. My next segment might be a teaching moment, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm gonna see, but I don't think people know about.
It makes sense. It's just broad. It's like how you said it was a broad, like in a broad view, a teaching moment. In what kind of way you mean? Like,
I don't think people know about the people before, like listening to the Bobby Hemmett, what you call this and shit, and Gil Scott Heron.
Yeah, lectures.
All those
old lectures. Yes, sir.
People, I don't think people pay attention to them, because the reason I'm saying that is because it's crazy when you watch them and you see somebody saying the exact same shit people saying right now till this day. It's like we've been saying,
or actually doing, huh?
Yeah.
Catch them doing the shit. Like, what the? Yeah.
Nigga been saying that shit for a long time. It's a lot of shit that people been saying, but we still stuck here in whatever, you know what I'm saying? This shit is, but
yeah, figure out mode and shit.
Yeah, I
think figuring it out. Nah, it's right here.
Everybody will be the first nigga to figure it out, but somebody got to figure it out, sir. Because at this point, even believing everybody is family or kin because we of a skin color is crazy shit. But they got people that'll tell you that, yeah, I believe if we got the same skin color, we can some kind of way down the line. Okay.
It goes into classism, and we can't even break out of that, chap. That's the crazy part. We can't even break out of the classism to realize what's our own nationalities and status and everything. So
the biggest trick was getting you to fall for the system any fucking way. That was
yes, especially whites, and I don't think they like to agree to that.
That was the biggest trick.
Yeah.
All for that shit.
So you already know, bro. Hold up, we got another B. We got a B selection from the choir, chap. This is a great point, bro. You got a B selection from the choir.
Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando habla la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también.
I was just saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say.
I was just saying.
Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablan la mierda de negros, estoy hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Cuando habla esa mierda de negro.
You feel me, Top? I'm with you, dog. It's the type of time I be on, dog. That's all. When you say lessons and shit, and especially historical, nigga, oh, I'm right with you. You feel me? Because this shit is out here, and this is what we do over here at Blood Talk. We don't play no motherfucking game when it's time to come down to the come down. Butterfly Kiki, miss you, baby. Welcome. We got some stuff lined up for you. Definitely. Just stay tuned. We just getting started too. You right on time. Check this out, cuz. You right on time. Check this out. We gonna start with this trafficking, chap. I'm just gonna go full forward, bro. If you don't mind, bro. Or we could jump from one to the other. If, you know, however you want to do this. Just let me know.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start round off, and you could jump in after the trafficking. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Check this out, y'all.
But there are several things before I go on to the others that I think you should know, because these people are unbelievable. I picked out a few of their quotes I thought I'd share with you. Y'all get a 10-star rating for customer service. This is really awesome. Not for me, but for y'all. Oh, by the way, can I do my volunteer time with you guys? No. This guy said I had the option of going to church or coming here. I picked here. So, wrong choice. He had a choice. He had a chance to be in church, talking with Jesus, worshiping, doing what's right. Instead, he wanted to be on his knees in a brothel. I don't understand it. Just thinking out loud. Altar, brothel, altar, brothel. This guy was a realist. Well, this is God's sign not to do this. He thought that was a bad idea. And just thinking, you know, God spoke directly to him. It's amazing how God comes in clear focus when you're under arrest. I used to always say, you know, Jesus lives in the county jail because everybody I took there found him. So this guy says, oh, we're in Polk County? You know, my friend was just arrested here last night. You got to be kidding me. Now, I'm going to start to introduce you to some of these morons. But here's the one that I think is just super cool. This is like mother, like daughter. So we're talking to a mom. She's 48, Sherry Pena. She's on public assistance. She's living at a DV shelter in Central Florida. She drove her daughter, Haley Pena, 23, to have sex. When we ask her, you're a mother to this young lady, what are you thinking? She said, oh, whoa, wait a minute. I just thought I was taking her to buy drugs. Oh, that's better. You know, you're taking her to her drug dealer, right? So anyway, the mother and daughter were also arrested in 2024 for battery over 65 years of age person. She's arrested. Did I tell you she's on felony probation already? Yep. That's right. She's on felony probation. So that's just a little color there, but let's get to the stack and go through real quickly. And
that's just one of them. That's just one of them, though. was on a rampage, bro. I don't know if you seen the board on the side of what all happened. Like they kind of gave you a summary on the side. I'm gonna show another picture of it. But it's crazy, bro. And that was just one little incident I wanted to just show people. Like, man, look at the list people is going through. And this man keep telling y'all, man, y'all stop coming y'all ass out here with this bullshit. So these people that want to, it seems like some of them are going down there. Like, did you hear the comments? Like, he was reading prisoners' comments. Huh? Like, this is crazy. So I got two more of him, brother. I just want to finish this. Hold on. I just want to first. Let me go back. Because I want to give people a little background on us and this stuff. Now, y'all, we've been dealing with a lot of our cases and they cases and our conversations and topics on the show about this not only sex trafficking but also child trafficking too as well. Yeah, butterflies. Yeah, I ain't finished. Watch this. Watch the next one. And he has been adamant about getting on TV and getting on YouTube and telling people, yeah, we doing operations to take whatever we got to do down. And he started with a lot of them people that worked at Disney and shit. Chop, you could correct me or or say whatever on that situation because he could vouch for me with that.
A whole bunch of them for years.
So that Disney shit, like it been a big thing with us, and it became a lot of big topics, what made us dig even into Walt Disney himself. We went all the way back to that, you know what I'm saying? So this has been an ongoing thing with us. So every time I know to the panel, it might be like, here we go, exactly. But for y'all, it might seem like, this is just something we picking out of the air. No, this man has been doing this for years now, and the type of numbers he's arresting at is damn near the same every time he come out with an operation or something like this when it has something to do with this. And he's dead serious about it. He's not, worrying about what kind of money need to be spent and everything. And he's also giving props to ICE this year because with our new office, they're actually letting ICE be more involved. Ain't that crazy, Chop? I thought they was already involved. They act like they were when Biden was there, but now ICE come with him, and they done caught a lot of immigrants as well that's committed for murders and all type of stuff done over here in the U.S. as well. I think it's like over 30 plus.
Damn.
And yeah, so basically now he's, going into that about the situation too. And they got people out here on both sides, y'all. So we about to see another side of the track, y'all. The mama selling the daughter to niggas and all this shit here, talking about she going to pick up drugs. Double entendre, stupid. What you think? That was double stupid, huh? She said, "Well, I thought we were going to get dope."
Why would you telling people you going to get dope? Or drugs, period. Like, why would you even tell them people that shit?
Oh, no, we wasn't. I was trying to go get dope. Shit. See, Butterfly, this is the this is the mindset of people right now. And I don't think what DD said too, ain't nobody fucking thinking. People just doing shit. This is the point where we at, and I think people need to slow it down like a goddamn New Edition song. Look, check this out, child. Look at this motherfucker.
Let me get this out of the way. All right, I'm going to go through these. How about Jason Bathis from 43 from Davenport? This is our human trafficking and prostitution folks. He's charged with offering to commit. This Jason Bathis, okay? When he walks in, you think, well, I have set up a deal with an ugly
Butterfly,
woman.
Look.
And I think you would all agree that this guy's an ugly woman. Right?
Yeah, they're selling pussy.
This is what you really get when the makeup comes off. This is Jason Bathis. Now, I want you to think about this a minute, okay? You decide that you're going to hook up with a woman. She comes in, and she's already uglier than a mud fence.
That's the Undertaker?
Right? And then, as you start to engage, you find out, hey, this dudette is a dude, and look what he really looks like. Yeah, he looks like he should have been in a Scarface movie someplace. I don't know. This is what's happening. People think they're getting this, and many times they're getting a really bad guy. So this is the before and after, you know. When you find them in the bar at night, you know, you try to drink them pretty, and you wake up the next morning and you see this. Yeah, that's what we call Rolex ugly. Rolex ugly is you wake up the next morning and they're laying on your arm and your Rolex is there and you just chew your arm off and leave the Rolex. You just got to get out of there. You don't care about the Rolex. But that's the kind of people we're going to talk about today. Then there's a Darius Taylor. He's 34. He played at Lake Gibson High School football. Went on to have an outstanding career in the NFL. He played for the Carolina Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Cleveland Browns, and he was a linebacker. But listen, the dude made a lot of mistakes. He not only brought his 6-year-old child to the operation, but he left his 6-year-old child in the car when he went to do the operation. The 6-year-old child has a lot of medical issues, and he left this child alone that should have never been left alone because of medical conditions. DCF was on site, took possession of the child immediately, found mom. Mom came and got the child. The child is doing fine. This guy here, you know, obviously he must have hit one too many people as a linebacker because his brain cells are scrambled. He shouldn't have shown up in the first place, but to leave that child, my goodness. So he picked up a child neglect charge along with everything else. Then there's David Michael. He's 35.
Yeah, chap, that's a double conversation when he said that last little piece. You know, we never really got to touch on the concussion protocol and what happened with the NFL shit and all the history behind that bullshit. So yeah, bro, it's way bigger than that right now. Anything you want to say on the ugly man or Rolex ugly?
That's the Undertaker.
Rolex ugly.
Boy, look like Kane.
I couldn't hold it.
I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Who picking him up, son? Son, you so nasty motherfucker. Oh, did you see him dressed up?
Yeah, but
it looked like he had a plastic bag on his face.
To find out that that's a dude, nigga. Like you could look that thing straight in the face and see that's a man. I mean, I don't know. That's why I say, bro, we gonna have to talk about that streamer that be doing that shit, and them boys really be on there telling bro that he not a dude and he telling he a dude.
Yeah, about it, bro. I already know who you talking about. With this motherfucker here, though, bro, it looked like he had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre skin face.
I done seen somebody do that shit before. One of them serial killers or something with the wig and all that shit. Like they do that shit.
Oh Lord. Oh man. Oh man. Shout out to Daniel, man. Oh man. You go stand out there. You go stand out there. You do your own makeup and everything, obviously, child. It's you. You ain't gotta know that. You out there.
You need one of the masks about all the
you need a nigga, man.
That's what he need. Cause that ain't working. How you don't
that
know?
Nigga said,
like
he tried to soften it up. Judge tried to have a little sympathy from one of them scary rags.
Man, ain't no way you ain't.
He said, bro, you know you waking up with thinking that's a woman. Nah, player. I think they went down. That's what I'm saying. What nasty ass nigga looking at that like that nigga look like Cactus Jack with the mask on and put
with the bed, man. You mean to tell me You didn't woke up and no, son.
With Mr. Sacco. Damn. All right, bro. So and basically, I just want to give y'all. I just wanted to show y'all them first, because this is some of the suspects that they done picked up, y'all. Basically, child. These are some of the suspects that this man done picked up, bro. And as you can see, there's some fucking characters involved with this shit, though. This shit is all over the place, bro. He locking the ass up, and I'm glad he's not discriminating on what is to be and what's not to be because of genders and all this crazy ass shit. This nigga looked like he put makeup on a sock and put it on his face and said that was him. Look, he said, he even uglier as a woman, though. Like he already was
Yeah.
fucked up as a man, son. Then
Yeah,
he
bro.
looked like a shit. What? That nigga said Rolex
You look
ugly,
like
child.
a
I'm stealing
janitor,
it.
man.
I'm stealing it. You Rolex
You look
ugly.
like a janitor, man. Or one of them
Oh,
criminals from fucking Batman or something stupid as like ain't no.
man.
Yeah,
That shit
I don't know.
weird though. So, like I said, bro, we could, like I said, we could bounce back and forth. I'm about to finish this last one, and you could jump right in after that.
All right.
Oh man.
We had people come from 12 different states to be arrested in Polk County, Florida. Obviously, they must live under a rock, but now they live in the county jail.
A massive sex sting. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd claims these men and women fooled around and found out the consequences. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay at 5. I'm Courtney Robinson.
And I'm Dave Wagner. That bust netted more than 200 arrests, and 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Lasser spent the afternoon digging into their backgrounds. One of them, a former Bucks player.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd calls this one of the most successful operations in the agency's history.
As you can see, a lot of people fooled around and found out.
In all, deputies made 244 arrests, but within those numbers, the sheriff pointed to 3 categories of criminal activity: prostitution, human trafficking, and immigration.
We had people come from 12 different states to be arrested in Polk County, Florida. Obviously, they must live under a rock, but now they live in the county jail.
On the prostitution side, 141 Johns arrested. They include a former executive with the Red Cross, a former NFL linebacker who played for the Buccaneers, a Walmart manager, a popular restaurant owner, and 11 people who detectives say thought they were soliciting a teenager for sex.
And he told this 15-year-old child, "I want to put a baby in you." Well, we put a gel in him. So there you go.
On the human trafficking side, investigators identified 4 victims forced, they say, into prostitution.
Thank you, Sheriff.
An organization called One More Child, right there with them to provide help and services.
No one grows up wanting to sell their bodies for profit. And we are committed to providing opportunities for a life outside of sexual exploitation and human trafficking.
Several agencies from the Tampa Bay area participated, local, state, and federal, including ICE.
They're not coming here the right way.
Sheriff Judd says 36 of those arrested are in the country illegally.
15% of the people that we arrested weren't even supposed to be in this country, but they were in this country committing crime.
Sheriff Judd says those arrested during Operation Fool Around and Find Out range in age from 17 to 70. Those who are in the country illegally face enhanced charges and likely deportation. In Winter Haven, Eric Lasser, 10 Tampa Bay.
And Sheriff Judd also mentioned what he called another success.
I guess Trump wasn't lying then, huh?
Yeah, brother. Go ahead, bro. I pass it for right now. Do you think?
Oh, fuck you put your baby in there, dude. I'm gonna just do them in the order I got. Cause the last one I think gonna be the longest one, but I wanted to know how you felt about this shit when I seen you. You might know something about this shit I don't know.
God is good. God is good. There was this guy at ComplexCon. Rick Owens' wife was walking beside him, and he upped his camera and said, "Can you say Jesus is king?" Right? Yeah. Security guard's like, "Stop asking her that question." And she goes into the camera. God is bomb. No way. Yeah. This is where it gets scary though. In the Rick Owens show, it was raining heavy. Yeah. So you know how witches can usually control weather? Yo, that happened in Wicked. In the Wicked, yeah. Some guy on Snapchat, he goes, "Look what's on the ground." There was a plate, statue, and offering to the rain god. And look, that day, the rain stopped, and look what Cardi B said.
Look how beautiful is this guy. It was raining like crazy. Michelle used her superpower.
No! Witches are taking over. The Wizard of Oz stuff, the Wicked stuff, the Agatha stuff, like all together.
Well, I definitely know, especially about her and them not hiding that they witches, yo. But I don't understand when it became a good thing to manipulate something without registration and also be associated with it, right? Because who is sanctioning? Since everybody needs sanction, right? You know, black folk need to be monitored and all this shit. So who is sanctioning witches then? Since we know this shit exists and we don't give a fuck, then they need to be sanctioned. And we need to be finding out what are their power, what are they able to do, what, and ain't nobody worrying about it like that. Okay then. Well, let's play along with their situation then, chap. How about that? Let's just play along.
So you think my thing is what? What? All right, go ahead. You think the I don't know if you've seen the Saints and Sinners movie, but I did. Jaya, get out of here. But that shit was about vampires. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but that's initially what it was. Vampires in the hand.
I definitely will get on it.
What you call it? So knowing what you know about vampires is like they've been talking about that shit for years, and they have people out here that live as vampires in real life.
Now I'm gonna tell you something about what you just said. I done ran into some people, actual real events about these situations that you're referring to right now, chap, and werewolves as well. You know, so
yeah,
I've especially in Louisiana and
I think there was the people with the bones, all in the bones, on the skulls, and all that.
That's right.
Shit. Like people do this shit. That's basically one of the reasons.
It's a practice, child. Why people? Yeah, like they don't do this like y'all go to church. They practice.
That's not even a typical Cardi B outfit when she going somewhere. Just, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's normal. I think she be having her cheeks out and shit. I think that's normal.
It's a part of the theme, right? It look theme built.
God
like
is
how
bald.
She got the high shoulders, like as if they're covered wings. That's what it looked like. It looked like she has like a shawl over some wings.
They worship the devil. They had the whole
right.
They got a church and everything. Like it's not like something that's not going on.
It's official. Yes.
People be fucked up.
That be tripping me out too, though, chap. When you bring it up, right? Say like you bring it up and it's like, oh, hey, wait, hold on, wait, y'all should be freely be able to talk about this if it's not all that.
Freely let them people be. We were just talking about.
But you freely let them. Yeah.
In the school, remember? Not too long when one of these episodes.
The Satanic Club, a couple of them.
Like this, not nothing.
Yeah.
You know, but it all starts from do it thy will. That's what I think. You know, people just
out of Alistair Crowley teachings. Yes, sir.
You know, doing what they want to do when they want to do it. You can't tell them how to do it, when to do it. They can do it whenever they want to do it.
And what Blunt Talk say, chap, is definitely going to become a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem.
Going to become. If it ain't already, chap, it's going to become a problem. What is gonna be that thing that these motherfuckers do that gonna make people say, "All right, fuck this shit"? You see what I'm saying?
Can't do this
Enough
shit
is
no
enough.
more.
Shit,
Like
fuck
it can't be
this shit.
like that. I don't think they're gonna.
What is it gonna be?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
They gonna what is going? They gonna wait for black people to start shooting schools up versus the white people that shoot the schools up.
Damn, that would be
that's
a 360.
Like,
You're right. Then what would they say? I know. Damn,
because
you
I
just hit
think
me with that's something to think about.
I think if black people were shooting schools up, so-called black people were shooting schools up, I think they would take guns completely. Like literally, like people can't have guns type shit.
They think that's they think that's the situation when you still got people taking turn and eating them and shit. Obviously,
yeah,
shit, man, come on, man.
Well, I got more.
That's the problem. Yeah,
if you go with it. Let me see.
Do
I have it? Because this one go, and I hate the.
We gotta think better. Politicians, y'all go politic. Y'all gotta politic better than that instead of having a fucking point.
But it does.
Y'all gotta come up with better fucking ideas, man. This shit crazy. Y'all ain't coming up with no ideas, man. Y'all following the leaders.
Out all
man,
this
you
shit.
See it.
Look what we finding out about the freakos and all that shit. We finding out that shit true. We finding out
which wasn't supposed to be real. Now, remember this shit?
They kept telling us to be real. Happening. That's what they kept saying. It wasn't happening, and this, that, and the third. But this gonna go a little deeper.
You talking about Cassie and Diddy in freak-offs, but what about the freaks of all freaks? What about the mayonnaise mafia, the men, the Caucasians who would sleep with each other, decapitate and chop up black bodies and make them into fresh stewed soup? But this ain't on. Why this ain't on TMZ? Why is this not on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy? Why is this not on the blogs? Y'all quit.
They ain't shit.
What we doing? It's no excuse for what we doing after we know better. But you can't condemn the fruit without first going to the root. And I'm just saying, if you don't know, you won't know. You better check. If you need this right here in your life, you need to understand what's going on. You see this right here, the delectable Negro. You.
I just won't freeze that and let me see if I could make it a little bigger. A whole buck to eat, nigga.
Delectable. It's a delicacy, y'all. Listen, y'all is a delicacy. Go to the supermarket and go ask for a delicacy and see what they cut you up.
Some wagyu.
It probably be Albies because they got the meats. I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, everything is subliminal with these people. My people were just showing me a video of KFC that got took down, man. They in this big ass coat of a golden egg, right? And then this coat is all about the day that the egg hatches. So when the egg hatches, these people, they all get in the brown and get in this brown gravy river, and they baptize themselves. And when they come out, they chicken tenders. This was the KFC commercial about cults and cannibalism all in one, right? All in one, my G. They had the little robes on and everything, child. Yeah. So I'm definitely with you with this, boy, because this has been a topic too as well. This definitely been a topic. Remember Christopher Columbus and them, they were so damn hungry, they was digging up our people and shit. They caught them eating out of graves. This is on file too. This is written notes from conquistadors and stuff that went through the troubles and the trials of going through this and showing how they was,
I ain't never thinking I could get something to eat out the goddamn casket.
remember now. Know why though? Remember what was coming over here at that time too, as well, child. Because they had this thing over there in England and shit called floating. You did something that winds you up in jail back then. All the white boys and shit was going to jail and shit. So the jails was overpopulated and fucked up too at the same time, not taken care of and shit. Kind of like NOPD.
Right.
Fucked up and shit. So they came up with a bright idea, child. And it was to take these criminals who had these type of charges and stuff on them, all kind of, serious charges and shit, and make them believe that your life is on the line, where it actually was, because you probably could never come back from sea. But that was the great idea, to bring them to sea with these discoverers to go try to discover other lands. They called it floating. And guess what, chap? A lot of them survived. A lot of them came over here with that same fucking mentality, though. And it's crazy that people don't understand that part of it. Just to give a little, detail into how serious this is. And this is a book we looking at, y'all.
Yeah.
The man. So yeah, bro. Kudos to you, my nigga, and whoever did this book, because it's or documentary or documents, like, yeah, all this is on point. Young Kind the Don, shout out to you, bro.
And consumption and homoeroticism. They got off on chopping us up, decapitating us, eating our dead flesh.
Oh my God.
While they were engaged in their homoeroticism.
Oh my God.
Don't argue with me, argue with your mama and fight these facts. You did.
Degenerates. He was that. I was just telling you, child. Like, they was floating all that. Because remember, sodomy and all that was against the law too at that time.
Yeah.
Homosexual sex and all, yeah, pirates, and yeah, that's why they were pirates and all that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't on that type of time, but it's like that was a part of that, though, that homosexuality and all that. That's why the Navy get the name they get from that too, with the homosexuality and stuff too. I don't know if you know too much about that, but yeah, with the ring in the ear, you got to be on the right side to let people know, because they knew about people who were openly looking for little boys and all that shit. Yeah? But you wore a certain thing and you had it on a certain, or you would dress them a certain way, kind of how they do in jail. Put your hand, take your pocket out and let you hold it, or have you crack, just signs and shit. It's the same shit back then. And he's talking about that same perversion that came over here on them goddamn boats. And it wasn't a lot of us. He's right. He's right.
Is your I flip it back.
Oh well, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go into get some of those updates with the jail situation. Let's go to that, y'all. If y'all wasn't here Friday, Chopper already told us by the time our show ended, they done caught 3 of them. They got some more to lose, y'all. They still trying to figure out. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the public and the media is trying to figure out how did all this transpire and how this really happened. And when we did it, the show Friday, they had this guy from Fox, like, he was real adamant. He was really hitting them with some serious questions, and they got kind of agitated a little bit. And they've been kind of staying firm on what they saying with this situation, chap. And they bringing up some interesting stuff that we talked about how this system been working, bro, and how these people been, under this, funds going this way, but you're doing this. You ain't got enough cops to do this, but you're doing this. That you're hiring all this shit, chap. Now they getting real defensive about this jailbreak. Well, we ain't. This ain't so I'm just gonna show y'all what they saying, and basically show y'all what different news people are talking about it, but it's kind of all stemmed into them being defensive about it and listening to. We're gonna listen to them too, y'all, and we're gonna analyze a little bit of that. So let's get into it. Let me see.
Probably have some help on the outside once they got out. I wouldn't doubt that at all. They've only caught one so far. There was a 7-hour gap from the time they actually escaped to the time they were noticed to be missing, 8:30, and it was another hour before they notified law enforcement about the escape. This whole thing it just stinks. It's bad. And somebody's got to be held accountable. This is just not acceptable. I know that they're on the defense right now, but they should be on the defense. I mean there's just no way something like this should happen.
Anderson, it's certainly a serious situation. These inmates, escaped inmates, are facing a variety of charges, including violent charges such as murder, aggravated assault, false imprisonment. So let's dig a little bit deeper here into the timeline and what happened with this brand new surveillance video. 12:23 a.m. You can see them right there yanking on these doors, pulling them off the tracks, says the sheriff. Then at 1 a.m., it is at this moment that a corrections monitoring technician stepped away from their position where they would be visually watching this pod to go grab some food. And that is the moment the sheriff tells us that the inmates exited through a hole in the wall behind the toilet, got into the loading dock, and you can see them right here. This is after they scaled the wall, going past the barbed wire, and then going through this interstate. Now, the Orleans Parish Sheriff, Susan Hudson, says that the cells had defective locks, but they also had evidence of this being an inside job. The plumbing and the rebar that you can see right here had been clean cut with those big bolts removed that could only have happened with outside help, they said. Now, officials discovered that they were missing at least 7 hours later since their escape. Since this has happened, they have suspended 3 of the employees there pending the outcome of this internal investigation. And the sheriff insisted that the moment they found out, they immediately started calling victims and started calling survivors to warn them of what had happened. Now, listen to this off the rails presser, Anderson, and you can see how officials are answering.
So no one was watching live video all night at the jail?
I won't say no one was watching live video,
Then
but
how did nobody see them
there are
leaving
over
the jail?
900 cameras.
How did nobody see them leaving the jail?
There are over 900 cameras in
no,
this facility.
it's just, how did no one see a massive jailbreak? But it's your job. It's your job to monitor every single person in this facility every day. Do you want to say you're sorry to the people of New Orleans for having this happen? I mean,
we are underfunded, understaffed, underpaid. So we do our best to hire staff and retain them. But like everyone else, we're short.
Every time they just got that money, though, shut that shit up.
I mean, Chief Ramsey.
Shit, here we go, Chap. See what I'm saying, though?
900 cameras. If there's no one actually watching the cameras or watching the video feed, then that seems initially. Isabel said that it just happened that this person allegedly got up for food at the exact same time that this jailbreak occurred.
He just got
what
up.
stands out to you about this, Chief?
Well, first of all, that time
looks suspicious,
I mean, you know, you leave to get food at the same time these guys decide to escape. I mean, that is by itself tells you that something is just not right. There's no way they could have done this without help from the inside, and they probably have some help on the outside once they got out. I wouldn't doubt that at all. They've only caught one so far. There was a 7-hour gap from the time they actually escaped to the time they were noticed to be missing, 8:30, and it was another hour before they notified law enforcement about the escape. This whole thing it just stinks. It's bad, and somebody's got to be held accountable. This is just not acceptable. I know that they're on the defense right now, but they should be on the defense. I mean there's just no way something like this should happen.
Anderson, it's certainly a serious situation. These inmates.
Waking up sore and stiff. Your pillow might.
That was a former sheriff deputy giving his take from Philadelphia. He was basically, just giving his little inside thing on it. But I mean, Chop, let's go back to the situation that was, at hand, what I wanted you to hear. And that's a good observation too, DD. They thinking people crazy. Y'all just was telling us. NOPD, y'all just told us.
They just made us vote for something too to get y'all more money too. Like, what is he talking about?
So how them people broke through that fat, bro, y'all? And this another thing, y'all. We gonna get into that with
That's
the
new jail. Like, what are we talking about? That's
why
not no
all them
old
people
jail.
still being held in that jail like that? If y'all know, why is the process so held back? Why are there 10 people in a cell, Chuck?
Yeah, that couldn't have been. That don't even sound
That's
right.
negligence, dog. And for them to be defensive right now it looks bad.
Unless they was on
it
the
looks bad, and it's gonna be
side,
more probing.
the side that they weren't supposed to be using no more. That's the only thing I could see. Because if that was that brand new jail, you only could fit 2 people in a cell. Only got 2 bunks. They might have 4. Put 2 niggas on the floor. But you can't put no more than 4 people in there. Not in the new jail.
Listen, I don't like I said, and that's what I'm saying. I don't exactly know which facility they speaking of, but I'm pretty sure it's probably that one.
Yeah, if that's a new
if
jail,
it's not,
son, you can't, son, unless
they was just doing it. I think it's something. I think, like he said, you're understaffed, you're this and you're that, and you're this and you're that. All right. Well, where the money
they gonna
at?
never say we can't take no more inmates, though. They ain't gonna never say that.
That's what I'm saying. So, like you don't have nobody to watch him, but you gonna keep accepting churn for the nursery. They got regulations for that. Chop, you ever seen Dad at Daycare with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
They wouldn't get that nigga his shit unless he had that shit orchestrated for enough kids for him to hold them kids and all that type of shit.
That's why
jail can't do that.
That's why I could see.
What the fuck, dog?
Knock on wood. I never been to Jefferson Parish jail, but I did go to Chalmette versus in Chalmette and West Wego versus Orleans Parish, and man, systems just work way more effectively. I didn't got tickets too in Jefferson Parish. Like shit just work way better. Like our system fucked up. It definitely is. Or whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know why.
I don't know why they denying it. Me, yeah. I don't know why they denying it.
You know,
and
but like I
figuring
say,
out,
I know
what's
if
the
that's
problem.
the new jail, the new jails be like the jails you be seeing on I can't think of the name of that shit. But it's like the jail movies you be not movies or TV shows and shit you be seeing, and they got all the cells in one, and everybody might be in that it's like a fucking, it's like you got your cell, and then you got that area where you could go sit down. They got the tables, eat food, all that shit, or whatever. Play chess, checkers, watch TV, all that. You could come right out your cell and get to all that, or whatever. But inside the actual cell where you living at, is only 2 people who could be in there, son. There's only 2 bunks, or it's only supposed to be 2 people. So if
they don't give a shit, they gonna try to give you a bed and everything. You 2 niggas in the bed, and they gonna have other niggas on the floor on mats and shit, John.
Yeah, they do that.
Nigga get
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Yeah, I know exactly what you said. It
will put you on the mats on the floor quick.
NOPD. We see, and we ain't even did no strat. NOPD. A lot of them people supposed to be already sent up to prison. Child, a lot of them already supposed to. Okay, put it like this. This is what I'm saying, child. Where since y'all ain't got none of that, right? Where the buses and the vans to bring niggas to prison when they already supposed to be transferred? They ain't even transferring prisoners. So this is becoming a problem. Y'all have a clog in the system, NOPD, and y'all want to admit it.
Listen to me, son. Let's be realistic, right? You in New Orleans. Let's say them other dudes had shit set up, right? Let's just hypothetically speak and say, allegedly, that you got a car or a truck or something waiting for you as soon as you get there. They didn't find out till 7 hours later. If I left New Orleans and had 7 hours and went I-10 east, I could possibly be in Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Carolinas. No, Carolinas is 11. Carolinas is 11 hours. So no, you wouldn't have been got that far. But if you was going that far, you damn sure would have still made it because you 7 hours away already. That's if you're going to the east. If you're going to the left, you could be in Texas, Arkansas, like, son, them dudes gone, man. I mean, you could been in near to fucking Mexico about time. They didn't fucking found out they was gone.
They could be saying arriba and be shaking the merengues and drinking the motherfucking mojito.
Just imagine if they've been driving since they've been gone.
This shit.
Them dudes could be anywhere in the country at this moment right now, son. As we speak.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Nigga don't even be thinking about that type of time, bro. Like even like you saying, just travel time itself, right? Like if one of them would have just, I'm gonna say, because it seemed like a percentage of them did think about some of this stuff because they still ain't find them. The bulk of y'all, but that going to the French quarters and all that chop, that was embarrassing.
Nigga said them boys had to be homeless. I'm going back.
That was embarrassing.
Nigga said they keep saying your boy with the
everybody got the same joke I said. Everybody got the same joke I said. This nigga wanted some beignets.
Them boys wanted fucking crawfish and turkey necks and shit, boys that Captain Cell and shit. But anybody that they catch,
somebody said that shit. I heard
they
that
thinking, they got their MB. I see,
thinking too much about nothing.
Son. Them dudes, I believe that's just allegedly for me. Because I'm just saying, if it was me and I'm really trying to get away, man, what? I know how to get on the road.
I already did it.
On. Oh, yeah.
Bro, I done already
get
did.
on
I already
plane
broke out.
And all that, this, that, and the third. Shit. I be in motherfucking
you can't be seeing me,
and you going to be looking for me. You hear me? I'm going to be good and gone. I'm gonna enjoy this time I got out, nigga, every goddamn day until I go back, cause ain't no not going back. They gon' boy. Susan Hudson.
I'm gonna put something on your head too. I'm glad you said that. AI recognition and they're using more IT when it comes to these situations, fellas. So y'all out here doing this shit on that old time, on that 1997 shit. That shit, man, look. When you just come up with an idea, no, you gotta have everything lined up, man. Because these people are now using AI. Jew from with the trafficking. This was one of his first times using the AI. The AI, what he called it, some kind of analyzer that they was using. Basically, he was using IT guys to find people, locations, and stuff like that, and and line them up and find where they was at or last place they was seen or where they usually go. Yeah, all through the computer and shit now. So y'all think y'all not leaving no trail marks and shit. Y'all motherfuckers leaving fingerprints. Y'all leaving fingerprints and footprints. And this is what the new shit is. So, they gotta start paying attention to that shit, so, cause ain't no way you gonna go to the French quarters and not think you're not gonna get caught. I don't get. I just don't get. I don't get that, son. Anywhere here,
had to just be trying
I don't get it, son.
You know what I'm saying? You had to just be
facial recognition and all that shit is on these cameras now.
Yeah, I'm not doing no shit like that, man.
Son, they already got you. When you go take your picture in jail, you are computerized, nigga. You're not. It's not just a photo they taking. You goofy ass nigga. It is not. They have took a fucking computer and put digital imprint on your face. So guess what? When you seen on any of those cameras that have facial recognition on them, child, guess what that bitch do? That bitch go to the jail database. Go through thousands and tens of thousands of pictures until it so ain't gonna find your face, nigga. And they gonna say yes, that is him. That bitch gonna turn green, and you gonna have the Terminator on your ass. Yes. Oh, brother. Look, I got two more, y'all. Look, take now. Like I said, we gonna stay right in the frame of this, y'all. So y'all just listen to more of the information, and we gonna keep getting on the defense of the NOPD. Why are y'all so defensive? You know, what's going on? What is the defense about, and what is your defense? So I found one of the newscasters that was talking more about it when we was talking about the same situation when they came up with the other dude who was sheriff at one time and his point of views on it. So this is a sheriff, y'all, telling y'all that, yeah, this could possibly be that, especially suspicious with the guy going get lunch or going get something, grab a bite to eat, as he said, right as when they running out the goddamn thing. So, you know, we're going to jump into some of that and some of these allegations that's going on. Check this out, y'all.
Was actively on the pod at that time, and you only had the one civilian monitor who was monitoring from a remote location inside a booth. So again, no eyes on this at the time at that location is what we're now being told.
That is shocking, I think, to anyone who heard that. Another shocking situation is, you know, just the fact that we have executives at the jail saying that this is a minimum security facility from top to bottom, and that we have some of the most serious offenders who are either past offenders or awaiting trial or who have been convicted, including one of these offenders who are being housed in this jail. That is shocking, I think, to everyone, that this is considered a minimum security facility from top to bottom.
It started out with officials pretty much.
And that's exactly what I asked to the warden, who said that this was designed for minimal security, but they are so overwhelmed with people who should be in high security locations that they don't have those people, like, you know, sectioned off. And he said that actually sometimes they have people convicted who should be then moved to state prison who are still waiting to be moved, and they are still on this more minimal security location, and that appears to be the case with Derek Groves, although we are checking into that. But these are examples of things where they are apparently not keeping up with the demand, they're understaffed, and they don't have the ability to respond in a timely manner. You see that in the timeline and how slowly they responded, how slowly they got the information out to the public, but you also see it in sometimes these people being held in places where they shouldn't be for long periods of time, even after convictions where they should be transferred to the Department of Corrections.
David, one of the questions that I had, well, the comments rather that I had to Mike and to Clancy Dubose was 10 people in one cell and no one saw. Also, too, Alyssa Curtis is inside of here. We were all just having a conversation about that video that you got an opportunity to watch. How long did it take them to open up those cell doors? Because it seemed like the amount of time that passed by, enough that they had to speed the video up, amount of time that passed by, someone should have been in that module.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
Right. We don't know exactly the timeline on the video because they did take these different clips, but we know that it was 12:23 a.m. where the first breakage must have happened, according to the earlier press conference, and then 1:01 a.m. before they were out of the building, and then I believe they said 1:18 a.m. and they were actually going across the interstate. So that was a long period of time of something in the order of 40 minutes. Yeah, well, 40 minutes at least before they were able to scale that wall. So that's when they're inside the actual jail facility where they could have been monitored, and obviously there were video recordings of them inside the facility, and whether that was being watched actively at the time is still unclear.
I think it's obvious that there was a catastrophic delay all the way around, delay after delay after delay in this situation, and now here we are. Only one of them has been recaptured at this hour.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, the shit is hilarious, son.
Is that not Chop? You can see the facility as we speak. Was that the jail that you? Is that the new one? Because I don't know. Did that look like the new one?
Son, they
So
don't have.
They said they had 10 niggas in there though.
Man, that's
how
sad.
you do that? These people crazy, bro.
Unless they was in the day room part, and that's the only thing I could see. Because sometimes they do let them just be in the day room and not in these cells.
Man, that ladies, they was all in there. Because remember, they bust the thing on them. That's when he was jiggling. They were all broke at the same time. Yeah, these people don't got no excuse for that Sunday. They just wasn't doing it, though. And like your boy was saying, we ain't got that many people really on staff, really. Well, what the fuck y'all doing? What's going on then?
You can't cry.
Is these people watching themselves?
You can't cry as soon as something happens. So you should have been saying that shit.
That's right. Y'all knew them doors was fucked up too. Cause remember we talked about that too, huh? How your boy got out
to
stab
blame it on Gusman. I heard he tried to blame it on Gusman. Gusman had then came out with a statement saying,
I heard that too. Yep. Yes, sir. And like Didi saying, y'all do 12-hour shifts. So what happened? That's a long shift, Didi. But guess what? Everything right in front of you in there, and you sitting on your ass.
Yeah, they ain't doing much of shit.
You ain't doing too much of nothing, man.
They be sitting down all day, and
there's only certain little protocols you gotta do. I watch what they 60 days in.
Booking and all that shit takes, son.
I know.
Come on, son.
Yeah, bro. You could feel like it's like you ever seen like stacks of folders on a table. It feel like that when you go in there.
Like you always in jail, but it take long to book this nigga every time. This nigga just left Thursday.
Just left. And y'all gonna tell me that this dude Ben got his charges and everything. Tap, he's supposed to be been sent up. This man been in here 5 years and he got life.
I've been saying
he in here with a nigga with a traffic stop. Tap, hey man, come on, bro.
I've been seeing
come on, bro.
Say free people sad, bro. I didn't know it was that close. I know some people personally. That was their people. Like niggas kited out. But they say,
bro. What I said Friday, chap. I ain't a criminal gonna be a fucking criminal, bro. I ain't worrying about all that. It's y'all. If y'all gonna talk shit about or be defensive about what just transpired and not take accountability, then we got to get on y'all ass. Then I'm not just about to be like, oh yeah, we got killers and murderers out here. We need to do something. No, y'all motherfuckers, we been getting on y'all. Y'all act like y'all just needed money. Y'all, and then what y'all did? Y'all didn't hire no fucking body. They went got private fucking security teams and shit. Remember this shit? Brown Mardi Gras and shit.
Yeah.
Y'all wasted all that fucking money on that. Instead of going get police and COs and shit for all this type of shit. Knowing that this should be the influx every fucking year around this time. How many drunk people y'all take in a tank for Mardi Gras NOPD? Stop fucking playing, bruh. Bro, they almost lost me with a fucking drug charge, bro. They had me in the wrong cell and everything, man.
Oh, shit.
So all that's fucked up. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what y'all don't know who
you can't tell a nigga that,
what
man.
And gonna try to tell. Yeah, man. Come on, bro.
You gotta get in there.
We understaffed. Y'all been understaffed.
And damn near know them COs to get your shit to move fast.
Thank you. You got to know somebody in that bitch. That's what it is in that bitch, y'all. Is knowing some fucking body or having some type of plug where you could talk to somebody, where you could try to get somebody to notice that you in that bitch, because they will lose you. That's what it's called.
Boy, they gonna sit you
could
down.
Get lost in prison.
It's gonna take you a whole fucking day.
In jail, excuse me, not even prison yet. You could get lost in jail.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that
it's
a
gonna
bitch?
take you a whole day to get booked. People ain't even gonna get a chance to be able to get you out till tomorrow.
And it's not a max jail. See what I'm
And
saying?
even,
Chop, it's not even a max jail. It's minimum security jail. It's a
yeah, but they got killers and murder. But they got red bands.
What all these people in there?
Now you got red bands
what I'm
even
saying.
in there.
Who is sanctioning that shit? And it's crazy.
Why?
I got one more for you, chopping.
They even got red bands in there. Minimum security, bro. Red bands should be maximum security.
Just some dirty motherfuckers, though. They don't give a fuck, boy. That money hand over fist.
Doing next door. I ain't gonna lie. See, what they about to start doing is, because I seen this old man talking about. Then you could play a video. He the oldest tenured prisoner at in Angola. But like he said, fuck, it's time for the young boys to come up there now. That's what he says.
Exactly. That's and that's hard to hear, but he's right.
And guess what they gonna do?
He's right.
They about to. Why you think they need? Why you think they need you to do all your time? You can't do 10 years. On Two-Land and Broad, you gotta go up the road to do that. So now they about to fill Angola up. Watch how they be talking about. I see it here first. Watch how they be talking about Angola overpopulated.
Sure. And I'm gonna be here second to say I ain't surprised. Nigga, Chop been told y'all this one right here. So when the storyline come up, all right now, just know y'all was here first. We don't be bullshit. I told y'all this shit A1, man. This shit A1 over here. This happening right in front of your face. Y'all in denial. We got popcorn and shit.
Because not since people
and to our listeners who've been knowing what's going on, they got popcorn.
If you got a red band, you should be going. You're gonna be going to max, because that's what the red band charge is supposed to be. But all right,
there you go, player. Exactly. But money, child, man, make a motherfucker act different. Why when these niggas get that money, they get freaking shit? Child?
I don't know.
What your boy said? These niggas is homosexuals, didn't want to eat you.
That's crazy, son. They won't eat you.
It's deviant. It's deviotic. It's demonic. It's
I put it there. It's delectable.
Y'all some freaking motherfuckers. Let's continue though, Tap. Right here on Blood Talk. Nola.
Get back to our top story now. Around midnight on Friday morning, 10 inmates escaped out of a hole from the Orleans Parish Jail. Authorities have since recaptured 3 of them. They have moved them to state prison at Angola, according to a Fox 8 source. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson investigating her own
strike one, chat.
Suspicious that the inmates may have gotten help from the inside.
Please don't call me nigga diamonds.
Could be armed and dangerous. 27-year-old Derek Groves, if you remember, he was already convicted of killing 2 people on Mardi Gras Day.
Already convicted, y'all. Listen.
Then there's 32-year-old Antoine Massey, held on domestic abuse and vehicle theft charges with a history of jail escapes. And records show he is wanted in St. Tammany Parish for kidnapping and rape. 19-year-old Corey Boyd, accused of murder, and 26-year-old Lenton Van Buren, accused of murder after allegedly shooting a man in New Orleans East 4 years ago. So once again, here's another person for you, Jermaine Donald, 42 years old, booked on second-degree murder and a battery charge. And then 31-year-old Leo Tate, awaiting trial on burglary, drug and weapons charges. 21-year-old Gary Price, arrested last month and held without bail for his alleged involvement in an attempted first-degree murder case. So day 3 of this manhunt and still 7 on the loose. No major updates from authorities either since Friday night, and police are asking for your help. Maddie Kurth live with us outside of the jail to tell us where we are in the investigation. Good morning, Maddie.
Here we go, Chuck. Good morning, Maddie.
Hey, Lucy. Good morning. So it is another day for all of these officers
told
back out into the street,
Listen.
investigating all of their tips. This includes state police, U.S. Marshals, the FBI, HSI, ATF, all of the local partners as well.
She got them
Now, one
earrings
major
come out of
development
her.
Alphabet
in this case
boys.
came early Friday evening around 7:30 when authorities arrested one of the escaped inmates, Robert Moody, because of a public tip through Crime Stoppers. So Moody was taken into custody in the 3500 block of 2nd Street, and then later, that source telling us, a Louisiana State Police helicopter taking him to Angola alongside those other 2 inmates. Now, authorities tell us these tips,
A
they've been
chopper
coming in
took him.
constantly. You can report things like actual sightings of the remaining fugitives or places where these individuals were known to hang out.
Yeah, he changed
And
clothes
the
and
cash reward
everything.
for information that leads to their capture has been increased. It's now $12,000. This includes $5,000 from the ATF, $5,000 from the FBI, and then $2,000 from the local Crime Stoppers. So you do always have that option
they got money on the
to
line.
report those tips anonymously if you choose to do so. So this investigation into finding these escapees is separate from another investigation happening today and through this weekend into next week. It's ordered by the sheriff, and it's looking into her own deputy. So Sheriff Susan Hudson, she has those suspicions that this could have been an inside job. So far, 3 sheriff's office employees have been suspended. The extent of their involvement in this scheme still remains to be seen. But Lucy, I spoke with former Orleans Parish Sheriff Marlon Gussman yesterday. He says there were multiple red flags in the jailbreak timeline.
Tell us more about that, because Marlon Gussman was sheriff for many, many years before Susan Hudson. What did he point to?
Exactly right. So he knows this jail inside and out is the way he can describe it. He speaks to the failures in the upkeep of the system. He called this a state-of-the-art prison, but it needs to be kept up, of course, throughout the years. And he walks us through all of the ways that the technology was built in this jail to prevent this exact thing from happening. So
this
all of
the new jail.
There you go, Chad. In the newscast.
Lots of questions. All right, Maddie, thank you.
The new jail, bro. It's a brand new jail. They just took all that money
now
to
y'all
build.
See our point. Go ahead, though, Chop. Spit your game, though, because you was just talking about this shit.
We just was talking about this shit. How mad we was they spent all that money on the jail. And y'all can't.
Niggas broke out faster and more than the
in
old.
the new jail.
So people, I'm gonna ask y'all again, like I always do on Blood Talk. What is we doing since it's we? Oh, okay.
Shit, crazy. That shit don't make no.
Y'all voting? Child, what you say? That don't make no goddamn sense. What you say, Tom? I'm laughing, y'all. I got to. I'm the joker with this shit. I'm telling you. I am the joker with this shit. On the good side, though. Y'all not paying attention to the evils that y'all falling for. And I'm laughing at you. I am. Because you go along with all this shit. Just like my dog said, we've been talking, we've been telling y'all. We don't think this is a good idea. Y'all need to be getting these people regulated to be real police and real COs and shit. There need to be training involved with all this. Chop, they got the IT technology to know who everybody is, my nigga.
Boy.
They know when the jail thing got a sensor on it, when they jiggling it and shit. That nigga was jiggling the shit out that door. Ain't no sensor came on. To say that a nigga jiggling.
Nigga jiggling.
Gus been telling us. Gus been said, say, player, yeah, bro. I'm telling you right now, they spent buku money on this shit. This is the state of the art. Huh? This is the Tesla of jails.
Man,
and these niggas that made a whole. Go ahead.
He making his pitch to get his fucking job back. You heard? All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Stop. Yeah, shit. But that was it. That's all you had.
Yeah, bro. That was my I passed the torch on that one. You know, like I said, I just wanted to be a little update and keep everybody up. And I'm glad you brought up what you brought up with the Gusman situation, because you know that lined up perfectly what I wanted to end it off with, just to keep people updated. You know, 3 so far, and you know the other ones. And as y'all could see, some of the dates and some of the charges that these dudes had go right along with our conversation when we was having about, you know, the neglect and what's going on with the jail system. And it's not just here, y'all. This is like we telling y'all, this is a state of the art jail. But in other areas of this whole United States right now is having problems with their jail systems, and it's because of stuff like this, you know. So sometimes it's not the money that you put in, it's the effort and, you know, the whereabout and wanting to be, and the upkeep. Thank you, Chuck.
Who you hire? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna jump right into this shit.
Video of Brian Peck on Growing Pains with Leonardo DiCaprio grabbing his shoulder, running across him, and going down his arm. That's the kind of behavior I saw him with my son. Same freaking behavior.
And Brian got very excited when I asked him about it. He flipped the thing around, and on the back it said, "To Brian, I hope you enjoy the painting. Best wishes, your friend, John Wayne Gacy." It was a self-portrait of serial killer John Wayne Gacy.
He had letters in his bedside table. He was a pen pal with John Wayne Gacy. It said, "From your good friend, John Wayne Gacy," on the back of this painting. And things are happening to me in a room where there's a painting by one of the most prolific serial killers who preyed on young boys, staring at me.
Who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So when we were saying the Epstein flights had a lot to do with all the people that's been going to jail, this is what we was talking about, people. It's all tied together or whatever. I don't see how people don't understand the connection. Like, they literally been arresting people for the last 10 years behind this shit.
Facts.
Literally, so like they've been arresting them motherfuckers that was on them flights all the time. Like, they keep getting in trouble. Big CEOs stepping down and all this shit. All this shit is happening. That's crazy. It's all tied together.
And I'm glad you brought this up too, Chaka. This is another part of why it ties into us following the sheriff, Jude in Polk County. This is why we following the people, because of what Chop is showing y'all right now. And a lot of the celebrities, they work for agencies and shit that keep them out of the limelight. It's called PR. You know, you try to make their image look as best as possible, but you don't know what they're into. So a lot of times when you see these so-called weird connections, it's somebody telling you that it's weird. It's not you actually using your own frame of thought that say, hey, if this person was right next to me, would I agree with this? So try to break that when you listen to some of these stories, because these people are only people that you see on TV. They're no better than you. Some of them don't even have as much money as you probably do. And you work for, just an everyday probably job or something. Remember, there's a such thing called starving artists. They gotta go fill out for unemployment and shit when they don't go on casts and shit. Did y'all know that? If they don't get in movies, they don't work, y'all. That's why you see a lot of them get education and other things and venture off into other things so they could pay the bills, because Hollywood have their own little genre of shit that they want to fuck with whenever they ready to fuck with it. And if it make them a little money on top, then so be it. But they all have this connection with who they want you to know who they are and what they're into. You know, and it is it is a lot of it is based around children, y'all. Remember, they're trying to thread the line between explicit content and cartoons. So they loved when Japan was doing it and stuff like that, you know, creating this new anime and hentai. I think it's called hentai, with like this cartoon porn and shit. Like it's a thing. So these people then found ways to blend it in with, you know, just your everyday show that you would show your kids. That's just showing them ABCs. And they put these little, like, all this is a part of this. Like I said, man, my dog's been talking about this. And a lot of agencies that you think is supposed to be helping you out, they actually up along with this shit. You know, so sometimes life is just a big experiment to some of these people who have so-called everything. But it's a motherfucking detriment and a tremendous oppression to the people who supposed to allegedly have nothing.
Well, that was the rest.
I saw this video.
Was it? I'm gonna just go to the next one. But just pay attention, bro. Go look, people go get them flight logs and just start paying attention to if them people in jail already, or if they going to jail, or if they got some type of controversy around their name. Some of them got to.
Wait a minute, Chad, did you say go to jail? Did you say go to jail, my nigga?
I did.
Did you say jail? Did you say go to jail?
They was going to jail?
Jail? You sound like a bitch. Bitch. Man, I ain't worried about jail. Shit, man, I don't give a damn about going to jail. Nigga, take me to jail. Take me to jail? Shit, lock me up. Lock me up. Throw away the key. Throw away the key. I ain't afraid to fuck somebody in his ass. Hey, no. This fool is...
Yeah, them bitches been tripping. That's what
They been doing that type of time. Exactly.
Niggas been delectable. You hear me? I'm stuck.
What they said? You said, nigga, did you say jail, Nick?
That's fucked up.
That's a vacation. All right, though. My bad. Go ahead, Rob.
Police were trigger happy, killed someone, and lied about it. Here's a reminder.
Chicago police are initiating a traffic stop on a driver reportedly for not wearing a seatbelt, according to the Civilian Office of Police Accountability. A traffic stop being conducted by 5 tactical officers.
Roll the window down.
Look.
What are you doing?
Roll this one down.
Roll that one down too.
Got y'all out there too, women.
Don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up.
Okay.
Do not roll the window up. Unlock the doors now.
The temperature quickly escalates. One officer puts what appears to be his gun on the windshield. Reed then fires first, hitting an officer in the forearm, according to the initial investigation. Then, chaos.
Hey!
4th of July.
Hey, St. Louis gun! Shots fired! Shots fired!
More shots fired.
You not even aiming at nothing. You not aiming?
Emptying the clip? Oh, that's some gangster shit right there.
No, that's ridiculous.
Reed goes down. Then
down.
3 final gunshots. 96 in total, according to investigators.
96 gunshots. The family will now receive $1.25 million. I will give you the background and the update. Put it up full mass. Chicago police claimed the reason for the traffic stop was that Mr. Reed was not wearing a seatbelt. But body cam footage shows that none of the officers were wearing seatbelts when they hopped out of their car with guns drawn. Then, when questioned how they could have seen a seatbelt violation through Reed's dark tinted windows, police then changed their narrative to claim they had pulled him over because his tint was too dark. The lawsuit filed by Reed's family states the real reason they stopped the young Mr. Reed was because of racial profiling. They were hoping to find something more serious than a seatbelt violation. And earlier this week, it was announced that the family will receive $1.25 million in a settlement. I'm going to give you the details about the fatal encounter. A group of Chicago cops driving an unmarked car in a residential community and dressed in plain clothes cut in front of another car driven by a black man named Dexter Reed last March, forcing him to stop before ordering him out at gunpoint and never identifying themselves as officers or informing him why he was being detained. Full stop on that. Here in Chicago, a group, multiple vehicles, a group of human beings jump out, plain clothes, with guns.
Pull up and hop out.
They do not identify themselves as officers. They do not have anything on their persons to identify that they work for the government. What are you thinking? You would think what anyone else would think. It's a carjacking. Maybe something even more sinister. Police claim Reed was only 26 years of age, responded by firing a single shot, striking one of the cops in the wrist. But that is not clear in any of the multiple videos released by the Chicago Office of Police Accountability. What is clear is that the cops fired 96 shots within 41 seconds. That's clear.
That's clear.
Striking him 13 times and killing him after he stepped out of the car with both hands in the air.
Oh, so you mean tell me after doing all that shooting, they still ain't kill him?
5
he
cops
got out the car
involved in the traffic stop. Guillaume Papa,
he was trying to give up.
Thomas Spanos, Victor Pacheco, Gregory St. Louis, and Aubrey Webb were the subjects of numerous complaints from citizens in the months leading up to the shooting death of Reed.
It's what they do, child. That's their MO. They pull up and hop out, make it look sexy.
Man, wait, son. You mean to tell me they shot 96 times? Let's do the math. Oh, fuck it. P-Dot not here. But
yes, sir.
96. 96 minus 13. That is motherfucking 83.
How many shots that is? How many shots that is a second then? That's what I want to know. If it was 96, if it was 90, like
miss. Y'all miss 83 times. 83 shots y'all miss and only hit this man 13 times and ain't kill him till he got out the car. Come on,
dude, still was aiming at him. It looked like because he looked like he was directly in the back of the coach. So even from that position, it looked like the dude who was driving was shot as well.
They was pop shooting,
and looked like he rolled over the dude and everything. Like he was already dead, though. Like, because at first I thought he was on that side, but when they started showing more, like you said, brother. They already shot him. What are you talking about? He's already shot. You just showed us the man had the gun in the front mirror. I'm saying in the front window. He already had it aimed on the passenger side already. There were cops on that side already. Oh man, come on, bro.
6 times. So I'm thinking they just shooting at a corpse. This man was alive the whole time. I said, man, that's crazy. That's a lot of shots, man. To see y'all professionals.
Sure. It looked like a it looked like a setup though. Like it did. It looked like a setup, and I believe, child, to my fullest extent of blunt talk Nola, nigga, that there are white militias that work inside of the police system that go on missions like this though and make it look sexy.
Police chief said he shot that N-word 119 times, said that if you kill an MFer in cold blood, I will cover it up for you, and a lot of other things. I have the audio. Here's that police chief now.
Let me explain something to you. Come on. You're going to get in some in the street, and there's only going to be one man fighting for you. All right? Yeah. And it's going to be me. Okay? Don't ever ruin that. All right? Because these other they'll let you fry. Okay? I killed 13 men in my career. Okay? Justified. In my career, I have shot and killed in the line of duty 13 different people.
You just shot so many.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Justified, bro.
Okay.
Ask around. They ain't gonna tell you no. I got a big corn shootout, man. The cornfield over there. Jimmy Dale Thomas, he worked it. Justified, bro. I shot that 119 times. Okay? I don't give a if you kill a with a cold blood.
Do it. Right.
Do you hear what I'm saying? I will articulate to fix the problem. And I'm the only man in the business here that's smart enough to do it. I promise you. I don't talk for years. I don't talk. I ain't got nothing for you.
Put up this racist SOB format here. His name is Chief Sam Dobbins. Chief Sam Dobbins almost was able to retain his job, even though it is clear he is a racist piece of garbage. He said in his quote that he shot that N-word 119 times, that he has killed 13 men over his career, which, by the way, less than 1% of police officers will ever kill one. He has killed 13, so they made him police chief.
He's a murderer.
He also said that he would actually cover up a murder because he does not give a damn if you kill someone in cold blood, according to his own words. Now, he was being recorded by another officer who knew how corrupt the police chief was. Now, you would imagine that after that recording was made public, that the city council of Lexington, Mississippi, that the city council would unanimously say, this chief has to go. No, the chief was voted out of his job with a 3-2 vote. He damn near kept his employment after confessing all of that criminal intent.
Because some of them understand. Ain't that crazy? That's the crazy part. Some of them understand. Well, I get what he was saying, and some people reasoned hearing that, child. Now, you know damn well ain't no gun you know on earth right now that's a small enough caliber to shoot a motherfucker 119 times without reloading the clip.
No, unless you got a drum. Unless you walking around with a 100-round drum. No.
With a 200 round, because it was over 100. That's why I say what I said.
Yeah.
You still had to take the clip.
So yeah, you're right. So you had a 150.
Had to take
you got a 150 or 200. Yeah.
Or 200.
Yeah. I mean,
you just kept reloading and felt like they have them, but that's my point, right? Like, what are you? You're a police sheriff. What are you doing? You admitted to shooting him that many times. You knew how many times, because 19 is not just a even number. That's a random ass number. Like that's a remembered number.
19 times, like
minutes.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Minutes. You have minutes. Yeah. And to hear that, people have to understand that that's not him coming from a place of, yeah, I'm making sure it's law and order. Remember, he said a nigga. He'll shoot a nigga like that. He ain't say a criminal. He ain't say nobody that I think that is going against the law. And even in that, you still on some vigilante shit. And remember, they tell us we can't be vigilantes. So how y'all let y'all fucking police be vigilantes? And not only that, award them to be chiefs. So this is the double talk the community or civilians be talking about, bro. Not only civilians, like citizens. This is what we be talking about. Y'all motherfuckers be holding that shit to a certain standard when it come to y'all, but when people ask y'all to do the job y'all say y'all supposed to be doing, protecting and serving, it's a fucking problem. Like y'all be doing y'all job. But we find out all this shit y'all doing on the back end and be hiring white militias and shit to go out and kill black people and shit. Like what? Like how we gonna not believe that y'all are not doing this shit when I haven't heard yet that a black militia was hired by the police force and shot up some white boy. I haven't heard it yet, y'all. I'm looking for it. And then I still would say, well, nigga was fed up. They finally came up with a plan. Because this shit that they've been doing, this shit been going on for years. Centuries. So that's another thing when it comes to evaluating who needs to be a police and shit, though. Because remember, these people put all their shit on Facebook and all that shit now. They got to get with their clan, they got to get with their clique, and they got to get with their organization. I don't think they, what you call that shit, like screening these people when they become police officers and shit, dog. And it's fucked up, bro, that you see these type of situations happen when they so negligent when it comes to just one traffic stop, though. Like, come on, bro. A traffic. He must have, who y'all thought he was? That's what I'm trying to figure. Like, even and then that's the thing, Chop. They didn't have no good reason to say, well, yeah, we thought he probably was connected with a drug theme or anything, right? They ain't say none of that shit. That means they wasn't even clever enough to even think about nothing, even if that was the type of time they was on. You see what I'm saying? These stupid motherfuckers still just, well, yeah, he had the seat. He ain't have his seatbelt on, so that's why we stopped him. And he pursued to do this and do that. And come on, bro. Come on, man. I saw that shit too, and I saw certain parts where they could use certain things, but y'all know y'all hopped out them fucking calls and all that shit on the wrong type of time. Y'all wasn't on no kind of protocol or nothing, bro. It looked like y'all stopped a drug sting or something. Like that shit was weird, child.
Yeah.
That was way too many officers on the scene, dog, for a fucking no seatbelt.
Then it was 5 tactical officers. They wasn't even regular street police.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying, y'all.
Y'all ain't even supposed
what's
to be
that about that y'all not even talking about? Yeah, like usually you use that for like what, drug buses and shit, huh? Like you got your warrant out and you about to go to somebody's house and you got all these motherfuckers with you. This was a stop, and y'all's only excuse was, that's what I'm saying. They didn't even say, well, yeah, we was on this sting operation, and we assumed that he probably was a part of this. Job, they ain't say none of that. So I'm not going to give him that excuse. I'm telling you that that's what I'm thinking. To say, if I just gunned down a nigga like that, you see what I'm saying? They ain't even use that. They don't even have a probable cause, though. And that's why the people got broke off, and I definitely I think they should have got broke off more than that. That was a part of hush money, and I think the family should still be more vocal and get into shit with that money to bring more awareness to what's going on with the police force and the whole, not just the police force, like the whole system in one, though. Because, like I said, we just talked about the jailbreak, and look at what you're showing, though. Like, it's whether people want to believe it or not. Like we say, Chop, all the time on here, bro. There's a chain link. It's all connected, people.
Yeah.
You just got to start connecting the links, you know?
Because we definitely been having a lot of issues with the jails, and now all of a sudden people are able to break out. Like I said, he just got the money to build. They just got the money to build the jail. They build the jail. Then you get the jail. You see what I'm saying? You in a brand new jail. Son, you can't even get in the jail to get people out the jail. The door lock like that. That's how much the door be locked. So somebody had to help him.
Boy, say I think they got somebody helping them on the inside as well at the house. Let's see. Oh man, it's something to think about, though. I mean, what would you want people to think once this happened, right? That many people at one time, and knowing that they were all in one cell and all that shit, chop. Like, what y'all expect people to say to be so defensive?
I don't know, son. It's fucked up because people know, son. Like you could went to jail for a traffic chicken and see how the system fucked up. You ain't gotta go to jail for no big shit and all that, or be no murderer, no killer, all that, bro. You could go to jail for something simple. And that should still be, you know, that shit just and still see what's going on. The people full of shit.
Shit.
But yeah, that was the last one, so I ain't had no more after that.
Oh, for sure, dog. We could shut it down then. I appreciate everybody who came through on the Sunday convo. Man, Butterfly, Kiki, Didi 504. Well, somebody else was in the building. Who that was, Josh? Going through here. Oh, okay, yeah, it was just y'all. My bad. Yeah, y'all too. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through all day. You know what I'm saying? It was a great topic, y'all. You know, we just bringing awareness and bringing updates like we usually do. You know what I'm saying? Plug Talk, though, to bring that conversation and some of this up-to-date current events and things like that, you know. And sometimes it's shenanigans, you know. It all depends on what's going on, but definitely a great conversation. Chop, any final thoughts on our takes on convo?
No, but I wanted to say too that the little girl that had got shot that was brain dead, she has a GoFundMe. I couldn't pull it up because I wasn't logged into a Instagram account or whatever I was trying to, but yeah, she have a GoFundMe that they got set up for. I know people gonna be able to find her or whatever. She got shot in New Orleans in her house trying to shield her little sister. She got shot in the head and she was brain dead for about 2 days, I think. And I think they pulled her. She was living on the machine and stuff. So, but y'all could look that up. I think her name Leilani. I don't know her last name, but it happened in New Orleans and Algiers. She was 9 years old. If you look that up, you're gonna find it. If y'all want to support the GoFundMe to help her get buried.
Definitely, y'all. That's a great thing to actually mention right quick for the people who up to date with that. And if y'all not, definitely go look up that information. We definitely advocates for the children over here. When situations like that happen, it's always a plus, when we bring that up. So definitely, Chop. Through all our research we've been doing, a lot of these people have been caught up in a lot of trafficking and stuff like that too. And seeing these dudes breaking out of jail, we're seeing the connections with we're seeing the connections with the jail and street life, right? We try to bring a different perspective from what people not looking at. If you say you care or you're an advocate or why this is happening or how this is happening. A lot of things are showed to you right in front of your face, but sometimes you don't connect them because they're not supposed to be. But guess what? There is. A lot of people are taking hush money. They're being quiet about situations. They are involved in relationships with people where they're letting shit go on. People are dying, getting killed, or starved out, or whatever else for whatever the gain is. And a lot of times it's money, greed, power, satisfaction, things like that. And we just gotta be more vigilant, and we're gonna definitely keep it going over here on Blunt Talk. I am Silent Child 17.
Top Text in the building.
Thank y'all for showing up and showing out. We appreciate y'all. And we out this motherfucker. Appreciate you, Chop.
Already.